Hello. Thank you for joining me here today on our Oikos live streaming. I hope that you've got your hot beverage ready. I've got mine. Thank you, James, for making me some tea. He's just put this here so it's nice and hot and ready for us to enjoy. And today's live streaming, I'm going to do just be doing a Q&A because I have a few questions that have come in that are really waiting for me to answer. And then for whoever joins me, please, well, first of all, thank you for joining me. Thank you for that. It's always nice to have people, attendees here on the live streaming. So thank you for those faithful ones that visit on these live streamings regularly. I really, really value you and appreciate you. So thank you so much. I really appreciate you being there. I hope you can stay in attendance with our live streaming all the way through. As you might know, those of you who have joined me on previous live streamings, we're never quite sure how long they're going to be. It all depends on how many questions come in and how many people are there. But I do have some questions that have come in already, and so I would like to just start with those. If while I'm sharing about those you have joined and you would like to ask a question, then please just do so on your, where you have joined. I think you would have joined us on Facebook. So if you've got questions, you can just put them in the comments. I will see them and answer them. But for starters, I don't think I'm ignoring you because I am just going to be attending to the questions that I already have. And the first question that I have, actually, it came in via a live chat on our website yesterday. So I haven't written the whole question out here. I've just abbreviated it because it's a very broad topic. And it's a question that has been coming up more and more regularly. So I thought, let me do my best to answer that for you. And the topic is registration. Now, for those of you who are watching now live or after the fact, registration might be something that is a question in your mind, as in, do I need to register? Where do I register? Must I register? How do I register? And register being register with the Department of Education or something else pertaining to home education, because as a parent you maybe have the reference of when I took my children to school, I enrolled them in the local school, the private school, whichever school they were in. Maybe you've never enrolled your children in school and you've only ever home educated and you're wondering how to be keeping in with the law. Keeping in with the law, that doesn't sound right. Being a law-abiding citizen. And on that, I want to first of all tell you what we're not, and then I can tell you what we are. What we're not is we're not the Department of Education, but what we are is we're Oikos Family Ministries, and we are here to support and help you in this journey. But we're not an official curricula provider, as in we haven't registered as a homeschooling or educational service provider with departments of education. A reason for that is that we are broader than just supplying resources for families that are only home educating. For example, if a mom has got her family, parents have got their children in school, and one of the children is having difficulty with maths, then the parent finds out about Maths UC and they go onto the Oikos website and they buy the Maths UC program. They're not necessarily home educating. That's one thing. The other thing is we have resources that are not packaged as in here is your grade 1 and your grade 2 and your grade 3. Now that might sound confusing because when you go on our website, you'll see Blue Book for language lessons grade 1. Grade 1 skills approximately around there. We only put that there because people are asking what are the grade 1 skills. But for us, it's Blue Book. But to help the parent understand what kind of skill level it's at, we've put grades next to it. But we do that hesitantly. I'll tell you why. Because we have actually got families that are using grade 1, who are using Blue Book, which is equivalent supposedly to grade 1, which is supposedly for a child around the age of grade 1 level, which whatever that age might be, 5, 6, 7, 8. However, people are using Blue Book to teach people that haven't yet learned to speak English, refugees and second language and so on. So Blue Book has been used for people age 5 to 50. No kidding. It's not meant to be teaching a person that language program, but yet that's what it's been used for. So you see, it's rather broad. what our resources can be used for, what the resources that Oikos offers. But if I come back to the question that seems to be on everybody's mind, not everybody, a lot of people's minds, is where do I register? Must I register? How do I register? So to answer that from an Oikos, you're on live streaming with Oikos, or you're watching after the fact, you're on the Oikos website, so I'll answer it from an Oikos heart to start with. And that is the only registration we have for you is you register on the Oikos website, and it opens it to you to go on the store to browse there and see what you need from there, or go to the videos and see what courses or videos we have to support you. So all you need to do is register on the Oikos website. When I say register, you're basically just going through the login process. So some people take that further to the point of this. They say, if somebody questions or inquires, are you registered as a home educator? They go, yes, we registered with Oikos. Now, that's not actually official. Yes, they have registered on the Oikos site, and now they're getting the resources, and they're getting all their resources that they need for their home education journey only from Oikos. So basically, they walk in the Oikos learning lifestyle journey, and they're home educating, and they've been invested, committed, responsible parents, and they're teaching their children at home. But now the question comes, but is it required of me by law to have to register with the Departments of Education? And now I can tell you what we're not. We actually don't keep up with the week-by-week goings on of what the law requires or doesn't require. Now, that might sound like we've been irresponsible, but no, because just hear me out. We are actually here at Oikos supplying a service of supporting parents that are choosing to teach their children at home, or choosing just to be committed in the raising of their children. Maybe they can't teach their children at home, and maybe just some of the parent help books, like we've got hints on child training, maybe that's just going to be a really supportive tool to parents. Like, if you can think about other places where you can get help for Focus on the Family, or books you can walk in. I'm talking in South Africa now. Well, I mean, Focus on the Family originated from America, but it is also here in South Africa. But you can walk into a bookstore and you can get a resource that's going to help you. And you can go online on Oikos online, and you can go and have a look at what resources we've got in the Oikos store for you to pick and choose as you need. And the reason why people begin to be concerned about whether they need to actually register with us, because they start to get the feel or the experience that maybe Oikos is actually their curricula provider, because we're providing them with a maths program, and we're providing them with the language program. And in fact, they're getting all their home education needs from Oikos. And we even say so on our website. We say we can cater for, or we can support you or supply all your home educating needs, because that is a fact. And so now, because of that, you might be thinking, well, because Oikos, you're doing that for me, now can you please issue me with certification or with registration and all that? So you see, the line gets a little bit blurry. So I'm just clearing up with you today what we're not and what we are. And basically, if you as a parent are needing to know if I must register with the Department of Education, I don't know what province you're from, I don't know what country you're even in at the moment that might be watching or joining this live streaming. And so it's going to be different for each person in whichever region you're in. So this is what I suggest. I suggest you as a family decide, do we believe we need to comply with the requirements requested of us by registering with a particular organization? And if we do, if that's what we believe we need to do, then you do that. Then you take the steps required to do that. Such as, I'm going to take a completely different example now. If you want to open a bank account, you can't just open a bank account. You've got to decide which bank you're going to open a bank account. You've got to supply certain information to the bank to be able to register with them or open a bank account. And you've got to make a decision whether you're going to do that or not. Are you going to have a credit card or aren't you? Are you going to have an investment account or a current account or a savings account? And they're all offering different things, and you've got to decide which one you're going to go with. Now, you might be thinking, but that's got nothing to do with the law. The law doesn't say I have to have a bank account or I don't have to have a bank account. But actually, it might do. It might be that if you're employing people, they have to have a bank account. To abide by the law, you need to do certain things, and that might apply to you and your circumstance or not. So That's why I'm keeping it broad to say, I can't actually say to you that, yes, you have to register, because I'm not sure who you is, who's watching and listening to this. And we are here more, our main objective is not actually to be assisting you with what your legal requirements are in the region that you are in. It's more to be assisting you on your journey with being a parent and teaching your children at home. That's what we do here at Oikos. And if we can assist you with resources to help you with that, if we can guide you to the word and help and remind and encourage you to go here, this is your manual for life. If that's what we do. So as you can hear, this registration topic is one that I can actually stay on for quite some time, because there's quite a few different ways to think about it, discuss it, and so on. But what I'd like to suggest is you go to the Oikos website and you go to the search bar at the top and you just put in register or registration. And whatever we've got from Oikos to offer you with regard to an answer to that question is there. It's there under registration or under whatever it is that you find that is pertaining to this question, because on the website we've got a Q&A section, and we hope that even with the live streamings we'll pick up some questions that are keep repeating questions that a lot of people have, not just the one person who's asking it. Even if it's just the one person who's asking it, such as a mom who's out there now that might have a question that is only relevant to her, well, we're here to help answer that as well, if we can. If we have experience or we have insight for you on that, we will do our best to answer that. But otherwise, we want to encourage you to please use the search bar on the website, on the Oikos Family Ministries website, and also to go to the Q&A section and also the video section, because you will find that what is there is our attempt to assist you on this journey. Every time we hear of a need, we do our best to try and help you and support you by giving you what we can to support you in that need, whatever that need might be. So I hope you have heard from this answer of this registration question, that our heart and Oikos' objective is more about helping and supporting you on this journey than in a practical, natural, spiritual way, more so than on the legal side, whereby what are the requirements legally, because we're not a legal organization. But there are special associations for that, such as the Petsolotsi Trust. They attend to the legal aspect and requirements and everything of home education in this country, South Africa. It's called Petsolotsi Trust. So you could go into Google and you could search for that and you could phone them. And that also, they're going to give you what help they can on as far as that is concerned. And right here, we're going to give you the help we can with what we have to offer. So I wanted to move on from the registration until, while I was thinking about coming onto live streaming today and talking to you about registration, I kept on remembering a story that I had watched, a little story I'd watched of an elderly lady. And I asked Jamie to please try and find the link for it, and he reminded me that actually it wasn't on the internet we saw it on a documentary on one of the news channels. So I can't actually send you the link and tell you about that. Send you to that to watch it for yourself. So I'm just going to tell you about it because I think it is relevant to what I've been speaking about regarding registration. And the story is about a lady who was 101 years old. Now you can imagine a 101-year-old lady was not raised with technology. Internet, Google, YouTube, Facebook, all these things are new words to her mind. But what happened is she was living in an old age home and her children were living in different countries in the world. And she found out that if she could understand technology, she would be able to communicate with her children and see them and see her grandchildren that she couldn't travel to. So she was in the UK and she can't go to Australia. She couldn't travel anymore and it was very difficult for her family to come to her. So she took it upon herself, 101-year-old granny, to actually learn how to do this communication through technology with her children and grandchildren. And so she got herself a computer and then she went on a course to learn how to use the mouse, and she thought it was quite hilarious that it was called a mouse. And she went through the steps and she was successful. She found the way and she taught herself and she helped herself and she got the help she needed, and now she was talking to her children and grandchildren in different countries in the world. What happened from that is she decided that there were other people in this old age home that would benefit from what she was benefiting from, being able to have this communication and this connection with her family. So she started little classes in the old age home dining room, and she sat and she taught them how to use the computer. And it was a brand new concept. I mean, these elderly people didn't even have a computer. So she had to start from absolutely the very beginning, teaching them where to turn the computer on, and then taking it on from there. And this story just kept on coming to me, this remembering the story, which I watched a long time ago. It was, I don't even know how long ago, but I saw this story on the news channel, and I was so impressed that, and the fact that it kept on coming to me, I thought, I really want to share that today. And as an example of saying to the moms and dads and whoever's watching our live streaming, that this is what we are aiming to do here at Oikos. I want you to please, please, please not think that we are putting you aside or not attending to you when you try and get hold of Oikos and you can't raise us or reach us in the way that we've all known in the past and pick up the phone and dial, because we have a lot of difficulties with the actual phone call side of things, but we're trying to solve them. But in the meantime, because we're having difficulties with weather and signal and connections and all kinds of things, what we're doing instead is we're going, okay, that's broken, let's try and fix it, find another way. So we've got on our Oikos site, chat to us, that's a little live chat pop-up that anytime you've got a question, you can go there, you can put your question in, and then we answer it for you there. I know this is text and it's not voice and it's not personal, and you're not talking to a human being. Somebody wrote on live chat this last week, I'd like to speak to a human being. And the person who was doing the live chat said, this is a human being talking to you. So we had a little chuckle about that, because the thing is that the live chat actually works via human beings. It's not some automatic response thing. Okay, so live chat is manned by a person. But the thing is that person isn't going to necessarily be able to help you with every question you have. So what we've done is, the moment a question comes up on live chat that asks, how do I register? And the person who's doing the live chat on that day, which might not be me, it could be somebody else, and maybe I'm doing a mom's tea and there's somebody trying to get some help, for example. Then there's the live chat happening there. It's not 24 hours of every day, the live chat. We would like it to be, but it can't be at the moment. It requires people, human beings. Anyway, what the person on live chat does is goes, oh, oops, I can't answer that question. If you're asking a question they can't answer. And they go to the search bar on the website and they put registration, and then it brings up the answers on the website of a video or a course or an answer on the Q&A. And then they send that answer to yourself or the person who's asking. And now that person hasn't just got the answer via a phone call, which the signal dropped and broke and they couldn't hear, and all the difficulties that we've been having with that. Instead, in their own time, they can go and watch the videos that are pertaining to the answer to their question. So what we're doing is, if it happens that you go on live chat and you ask a question that we don't have the answer for yet on the website, then what we do is we see to it that we get that answer there. So we either make a video, or we do a response, write a letter, and put it on the Q&A and do a little article on the Q&A about what about matric, or what about certification, or I want to home educate next year. This was one of the live chats. And I've got an 8 and a 13-year-old, and I don't know where to start. That was what came on the live chat. And so the answer was, you can start here. Let's guide you to watching the starting steps, because that's going to give you a nice, big, broad picture of everything that Oikos can do to help you. It's going to guide you through how to do assessments for your children. So when you've done those 2 steps, you will then know where to start, because you would have done the assessment yourself. You won't have to find out how to do the assessment and where do I go for assessments and so on, because you would have gone into Oikos, gone to the chat, asked the question, and we will point you to the answer. Now that I know is different. I know it's different to being able to phone and talk to somebody. But we hope that it's actually better, because, for example, I'm going back to the lady who is 101. She couldn't see any of her children. She was never going to be able to see any of her children again. But now, because of technology, she could actually sit in her old age home in England, UK somewhere, not sure exactly where, and talk to her children in different countries and actually see her grandchildren through technology, even though the first prize, best thing would have been for them to sit on her lap and so on, but that wasn't going to be doable or possible. And so they went with what was next best, which was better than nothing. So we're trying to do both. We're trying to do first prize, being actually being with people and seeing people. That's why we have the moms teas. But then, of course, we can't be everywhere in the world. Okay, we're back. I just was looking while we lost connection there for a minute, and I saw Jamie found the article for the lady. Life begins at 100. Do you think they'll be able to find it somewhere? Let's hope. You can go on Google and do a search and see if you can find that story about life begins at 100. So I just hope that, I'm hoping that me answering the question via technology or via live streaming or via chat or via emails or via phone calls when it works will be very supportive of you. That is the whole goal. As I was saying before we lost connection, is that we want to be able to support you. We want to be able to help you in this journey. And to do that, we are trying all the different ways to achieve that, not just one way, but every way that is doable to us here, we're trying to do that. And we just hope that you will access that help by experiencing it, like the lady of 101, whatever. I'm saying 101 because that's what I remember, but I'm thinking maybe she was, doesn't matter. You can try and find that documentary and watch it. So I'm just hoping that we are going to be able to help you to help yourself. There's that Chinese proverb, Jamie, maybe you can look for it. You know that one about give a man a fish and you'll have to feed him forever, but teach him to fish and he'll feed himself forever. Something to that effect. Jamie's going to look for that proverb. It's a good one. So I think it's a good one to summarize what I'm saying here about what we're hoping to do is we're hoping to help parents to be able to access all the help, not just a little piece of the help that we have put together and we keep developing and growing here at Oikos to help parents on their journey. I was going to tell you about some people that I saw yesterday that could actually sit with them and talk to them and help them. And that was fantastic. It's just wonderful when you can do that, but you can't do that with everybody all the time, all over the world. And so that is why we do live streaming, because I can't sit with these moms now and actually have tea with them. Let me see who's there. Sylvie's there. Sylvie, thank you for joining me. I really, really appreciate you being there. Hello, Sylvie. And there's Alison. Thank you, Alison, as well. I think I saw Morena there a moment ago. Don't know if she's still there. Give a man a fish and you feed him for a day. Teach a man to fish and you feed him for a lifetime. I wonder where there's a reference or proverb or something like that here in the word. I'm sure there must be. That would be a good one to search or study. Maybe somebody who's watching will know and can tell me if they found something along those lines from the word. Give a man a fish and you feed him for a day. Teach a man to fish and you feed him for a lifetime. So what we were hoping to do is we're hoping to teach parents how to fish and how to teach their children to fish, how to teach their children to be researchers and find the knowledge they need and discovery learners. That's why we love Konos, because it's all about discovery learning. Okay, let me go to the next question. Anybody there that has a question at the moment, please ask, and I will pick it up from here. But in the meantime, I'm going to go to the next question here. This next question was, please can you help us? We're battling a bit with Latin. Okay. Now I'm just wondering how I can help answer that question. The first thing I do is think of sending that mom as well to the Latin workshop. We did a workshop on Latin on the website. It is there. And I'm wondering if there's something in that workshop. We always try and put our courses in segments, like episodes, so that we can title them in such a way that somebody can hop straight to the question that they might have. Like, let's say, for example, that the child, this person's battling with Latin because they're struggling to read or write, either one. And then one of the subtitle topics in the Latin workshop will maybe say something like writing resistance or struggling with reading or something. So again, what I'm going to suggest is you try that search bar again and go and write reading struggles or writing resistance or something and see what comes up on the website. And what I'd also like to ask you, if something doesn't come up and you're not finding your answer, maybe you don't know, you're not going about it the right way and we just need to guide you a little bit, or maybe the answer isn't there. And then we will know if you tell us, and then we can see to it that we can do our best. Okay, so I was saying when we disappeared for a moment to ask you to let us know if you're not finding the answer you're looking for. How do you let us know? I would say the quickest way is for you to go onto the Oikos website and go to the chat to us and put there what it is that your question is. Because let me tell you, if you put a question there that you can't find an answer to, struggle with reading, let's say my child's struggling to read and I can't find help for that problem, for the difficulty I'm having, and you put that on the chat to us, we're then going to either show you where there is some support or help for that, or we're going to do something about it if we can. If you ask us a question that we can't help you with, then we'll tell you that too. We'll say, well, that's not something we're able to assist you with. We can't help you register with the Department of Education, but this is what we can do. So in the end, we always want to help you. We don't want to leave you feeling unhelped, and we also want to help you to have joy. So we want to help to ease your load, for you not to be heavy laden and burdened. We are here to help you with your journey to make it a joyful one and a peaceful one, and one whereby you can know that you've got the help out there for you when you need it. And that is what we hope that Oikos can offer and deliver, and you know that you can get that from us. Okay. So now I'll go to the next question. Oh, the next question was, do you have ebooks for the different curriculum, meaning the different programs, maths or language? The answer is no, we don't. We do have some ebooks on our website, some of the readers, when I say readers, the parent help books and so on, like I know Better Late Than Early, we've got that as an ebook as well as a physical book. There are some titles that are ebooks. The actual learning material program, curricula related books, resources, we don't have as ebooks. We did used to, so people have queried, I'm sure I saw it there and it was there, and I got it once before and now I want to get another one and I can't and it's not there. Well, yes, that is a fact. It used to be there and it is no longer. We've had to remove them from the website. So apologies for that if you are feeling inconvenienced by it not being there. But we no longer are able to provide you with the ebooks on all of the material, but some, yes, we do have. Okay. I don't know anybody who's there at the moment. If you've got a question, you can please ask it, because I am some of these questions I'm wondering how to answer. This question is, can I trust the Oikos curriculum? You know what I would suggest? I would say, I'd like to answer that question and suggest that don't put your trust in man, rather trust God. And if you want to, I don't know what to say here. Basically, I know how I'm going to answer that and say to you, we have done title testimonies on, is it called title testimonies? Yes, on the website under videos. There's a series called title testimonies. And the reason why they're called that is because we have given a testimony of each title, like Maths You See, Latin, the Science, Kronos. How did these resources come to be on the Oikos path, and how is it that we're able to distribute them and supply them and offer them to you? The testimony of each one of those, how it came to be, is on the website in a video series. So to answer the question, can I trust Oikos curriculum, I would like to just direct you there and ask you to go and watch those title testimonies, and then you can decide whether you feel this is something you can trust or not. But over and above that, I would suggest that rather just trust God, because, you know, His Word actually tells us not to put our trust in man, but to put our trust in Him. And so Oikos is supplying curriculum and resources. Although I say we're not a curricula provider, that's why I try and keep with the word program. We try and, we offer you programs, a maths program, and some people will call it a maths curriculum. I don't. I just know that we're not an all-round curricula provider where we're an educational institution that's providing a curricula. That's what we're not. All right, so what we have and what we provide you is what has landed on our path, and we believe here at Oikos that it's from the hand of God. We don't just provide anything and everything that lands on our path. We review it, we use it. It's what in common language they would say it's tried and tested. So I think I must leave you on that note, leave you on the note of trusting God rather than man, trusting God for your families, for your children, pray, seek His guidance, spend time on the website with looking at the various videos, watching the various videos, getting the help that we've got to give you. That I see us, Oikos, as like a channel of God has blessed us, given to us the resources, what we have in Oikos to offer you have all been used all the way through home education, educating children from birth through to adult life with those resources, looking at the fruit of those children that have had that experience and are they equipped or aren't they equipped? Are they prepared for adult life? Are they following after God? All those things, all the answers and what does the fruit look like is all excellent the way we see it. That's our experience. We're not seeing devastation and ill-equipped people. And so we say, thank you, Lord, for having blessed us and provided us with such excellent resources, such excellent goods. And you have asked us to seek first your kingdom, which is the founding scripture of Oikos. In fact, there's a video about that. It's called Oikos Founding Scriptures. We hope you can watch that sometime. But he first gave us that scripture, seek first my kingdom and my righteousness, and I'll add the things. And so we say, thank you, Lord. We seek first your kingdom. And that is huge in itself. That is spending time in His Word, seeking His ways, not our ways. And then His righteousness, be in right standing with God, and He'll take care of the things. And the things are these resources that we can provide you with that actually help you in your journey to seek first the kingdom and to walk in His ways and be in right standing with Him. That's what we hope they do. We don't want you to be afraid of maths, so we've got this wonderful maths program. Thank you, Steve Demi. We can help you walk the journey without being afraid. So now we've got fear out the way, and the maths program is more than just teaching maths. It's more than that. You will discover if you know maths you see, or if you come to know maths you see, it's written by a God-fearing man. That's objective and motive was more than just maths. It went beyond the maths. Okay, so I'm going to leave you there because we are having on and off connection difficulties, but thank you for hanging in there with me, the ladies that have been there, moms or dads, moms and dads. Let me see. Thank you very much for attending and for being with me. I really appreciate it. And I hope you continue to have a wonderful weekend. And those who are watching this after the fact, thank you for watching up to this point, all the way to the end. And let us know how we can continue to help you and serve you while you continue to trust God. Thank you so much. Bye.